like the people composition is like 85% of the people are a mixture of African, Europeans, and indigenous. Because that mixture will come in different colors. Like I'm Dominican, she's Dominican, he's Dominican, he's Dominican, the blonde girl is Dominican. And then you're gonna see we're gonna have 3 different models. They're all gonna have three different hair texture, and we come in different colors. As you can see my skin tone, but the one guy that's gonna come later on, he's my second cousin. So we got it later and we have different colors, different hair texture. That's the Dominican Republic. Another thing about the Dominican Republic, when you're creating a hair system, is that unlike here, where in this country the most segregation thing that you're gonna see is the church and the hair salon. The African American, they go to the African American church, they go to the hair salon, African American. The Caucasian, they go to the Caucasian hair salon. But in the Dominican Republic, we are Dominican. Everybody goes to the same hair salon, the same social structure. So, because of that, when you create a product or a system, it has to work for all types of hair. You know, so this is the reason why the Dominican, you know, do the Dominican blowout. Now, the Dominican blowout, what is the Dominican blowout? People ask, oh, what is this? It's basically the way your hair is washed and maintained using 5 steps. Okay? So people say, oh, my hair, I have natural hair, I don't need Dominican blowout. No, Dominican blowout. If you wash your hair and you take care of your hair, the Dominican blowout and the Dominican hair product system, Dominican magic hair product system are for you. So it's very simple step. So what you have to do is you gotta wash your hair at least 3 times. It's very important that your hair is clean. You know, garbage in, garbage out. If your hair is not clean, the hair is gonna look dead and down and heavy. So it's very important because you're gonna apply a lot of products and a lot of heat to the hair. So you can cause a lot of damages if you don't clean the hair properly. Some people are concerned, oh, but I'm removing all my nutrients from the hair, on the scalp, and my hair is gonna come to dry. No, it's not gonna become dry. And it's not gonna become, your scalp is not gonna become dry because you're gonna apply later on product to replenish everything that you remove. So you wash the hair 3 times, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna condition and treat the hair after you wash it. So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a roller cap, and then you're gonna use something like this, and you're gonna put the customer for 5 minutes under the dry. After that, what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove the customer, and this is very important. You're gonna rinse out the deep conditioner or the hair mask, whichever product you're using. Something like this. It's made out of coconut, and we have one made out of aloe vera. So you put this 5 to 10 minutes under the dryers. After this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove this, and then you have 3 different options that you can do. Okay? So what you're gonna do is you gotta treat the scalp. Okay, it's very important. That's what I'm saying. Don't worry about washing the hair too much because you're gonna replenish everything that you remove. You're gonna treat the scalp, and at the same time, you're gonna treat the hair with a leave-in conditioner. Or if you want to get a treatment, you can use something like FRX, which is a leave-in conditioner made to fortify, reconstruct, and provide superior shine. And this is made out of aloe vera, argan oil, moringa oil, and glycolic acid, which came from the sugar cane. Question?
After conditioning your hair using products, and you're going to rinse it out, what temperatures do you use?
Lukewarm. Yes. There have been a lot of research. Some people say that they wanted cold water. I've seen that. It's not a good idea to use cold water because it might not dissolve properly the conditioner. And at this time, the conditioner already penetrates the hair shaft. It penetrates the scalp, so you want it out. Otherwise, it's going to become too heavy and you're going to start getting flakes. So that's why lukewarm water is the best to remove the conditioner. At this time, you're going to apply the leave-in conditioner or the FRX. This is going to replenish it and provide strength and protection when you blow dry your hair. After you apply the leave-in conditioner, you can do 2 things. Depends on the hair types. You either roller set the hair or you can straight blow dry the hair. The advantage of roller setting the hair is if the hair is natural, that never been processed, it's very hard to blow it dry. So what you do is, if the hair is natural and never been processed, you need it to blow dry because the rollers, they will not stay. As soon as it becomes a little dry, they're gonna fly out. We're gonna show you another model with the roller set, how the technique to roller set. It's very important. The way you roller set the hair, so the hair doesn't become dull and you don't cause damage. Another advantage of the roller setting the hair is that you don't have to apply so much heat to the hair. Plus, you don't have to kill yourself. Because as you're gonna see, it's a lot of work to blow dry the hair with a blow dryer. So this is the advantages of the roller set. After you roller set the hair, you have 3 different things that you can do with the Dominican blowout process. And this is where people are confused. You can either do a doobie wrap, the famous doobie wrap. Everybody saw Beyonce and one of the waters, you have the doobie. You can do the doobie. At that time, you put a little video of this hair serum, and what the hair serum does is seal the cuticles, so you prevent breakages of the hair. So you apply a little bit of the hair serum, and at that time you can either do the doobie, rollers set the hair. A lot of customers, what they do is they come with their own rollers to the salon, and they say, apply me these rollers, and then they go home with the rollers, and then they take it out in the morning when they're gonna go to work. That can be done. Now, here, second step is then you can blow dry the hair. We're gonna show you how to blow dry, as you can see, because time constraint, this section is already, thank you very much. This section is blow dry, and we're gonna show you how the techniques with this section. Then we're gonna show you what another lady will have roller set, and another we're gonna blow it dry. Then we're gonna show you a very kinky Dominican hair. I'm gonna show you how a natural hair, how this product works, and the techniques. After this, later on, this has become very popular, but this is optional. This is the Dominican blowout. Okay, after this, you can either flat iron the hair to get it straightening better, and then for this, you can use this heat protector. What is it? This heat protector does is it has silicone. Some people say, oh, silicone is not good. Listen, what silicone is doing is creating a barrier and a shield for the hair, so the hair, so that soak the heat, so the hair doesn't get damaged from the flat iron. And also, it's made out of amino acid complex. What it does is penetrate the hair shaft as the heat is applied. Question?
A lot of my clients like to do both, roller set with a blowout and roller roots.
Yes.
Do your products help like fortify that? Because sometimes after extended use of doing that, the hair begins to thin. So do your products help in securing that?
Yes, and a lot of customers, and that's what I told people in the class yesterday, they just want to do the roots because they don't want to pay for the whole blowout. Make sure you charge them the whole amount. When you start charging them the whole amount, then they're going to say, oh no, I want the whole thing. And other times they just want the roots because they don't want to, oh no, I didn't do the blowout. If you turn on the blower, that's a blowout, and you should charge for it. Okay? So that's one of the reasons sometimes they don't want. A lot of times they don't want to create a lot of heat to the ends because usually that's the part that is very weak in the hair. Okay? Question?
I've heard people say that they don't necessarily like silicones. Is it because silicones create a barrier, or?
No, silicone is one of the, you see, silicone has like a bad name. It's the same as sulfate.
Right.
A product I've been working in the market for, almost 45 years. What silicone does is this. Silicone does not penetrate the hair shaft and doesn't penetrate the cell membrane in the scalp. But what silicone does is, it's like oil and water. They want to be at the top. But what it does is, come in. Make sure you sign the list before you leave. Before you leave, that this is what we're gonna send you the certificate home. What silicone does is, you see, silicone want to be at the top. Doesn't penetrate the hair shaft or the cell membrane. But what it does is, the natural oil, such as avocado, coconut, aloe vera, is pushed down because it lowers the cell, the surface area, or the oil, or the natural oil. So what it does is penetrate, and this allows the hair to, this allows the natural oil to penetrate deep into the hair shaft and the cell membrane. And that's the beauty of our Dominican magic, because we're using the silicone as an avenue to allow our natural product to go inside deep into the hair shaft. And that's why when people use Dominican magic, they go, oh, what do you use? They see the bouncy and the shiny. So So silicone has some type of bad words, bad name over there, but this is helping. Another thing with silicone, and the same thing with ethanol, with alcohol, there is like more than 1,000 different compounds that they put in the name silicone. I tell people this, it's like the last name Smith in the United States, or the first name John. Oh, John committed a crime, or Smith committed a crime, but that doesn't mean that this Smith committed a crime. It was that particular Smith. There is some silicone that might not be good for your hair, but not all silicone. It depends what you're using. The same thing with alcohol. The alcohol that people talk about that is not good for your hair is ethanol, the one that you drink that makes you a little happy. That one. But the silicone, like zero alcohol, stable alcohol, the type of alcohol, they are used in the product to thicken. So when you apply the product in the hair and you heat it up, it doesn't drip. Just and it looks good, like a texture. So it's very important because a little knowledge, it could be a little dangerous. It was, the guy, I hear a question, I don't like alcohol. I say, what's your last name? And they go, it's Smith. I said, yeah, there was Smith and you that did a crime. Did you did a crime? They go, no. I said, the same thing with alcohol. It depends which one. Another thing, it depends the amount. In hair care, I'm a chemist. I've been a chemist for 20 years. So I'm not just know how to do hair, but I went to school to be a chemist. And I work for a lot of different companies. Less is better, believe it or not, in product. So the less oil, the less silicone you have, and the way you mix the product is better. So that's why it's very important, okay? Go ahead.
Do the products change the texture of the natural hair over time?
What it does is this, right? I have two of my sisters that used to relax their hair. Using these products, they don't have to relax their hair. They look very straight and very nice.
I used to relax.
She used to relax her hair. She doesn't relax anymore.
Okay, but my thing is like this, the African American hair is naturally really curly, and I'm wondering like if will it go back to being that once you wash it?
Oh yes, this is not a chemical reaction. We have compounds that make chemical reaction. We have a straightening system and we have a relaxers. There's no chemical reaction going on. What we're doing is just providing nutrients and sealing the cracks that cause the 5 causes of damaged hair.
I asked that because my daughter gets them done, and the top of her hair, when she washes it, is real straight, but the other parts, like it'll go back to the natural. So I'm
what happens, when we test product, you have to break the hair in 4 different parts because our hair in the back is different than the hair in the front because here we are exposed to more sun. Here it is protected. So when you test a product, we do when we do competitor comparison, you have to break it in 4 parts, and you have to put yours here, and the competitor here and here, and then you check the difference because we get exposed here to more sun than in the back. This is protected, so you're gonna have different texture in your hair. Okay, so that's why when you're relaxing the hair and things like that, you gotta start from here, and you move your way further. It's the same reason because your hair, we are exposed here to more sun and more environmental. Before I continue, and this is a good question, there's 5 causes of hair damage. And especially when you do the Dominican blowout. It's mechanical. Mechanical is the number 1 cause of hair damage. You know what it is? When you comb your hair. It causes a lot of damage because it's like you take a little piece of meat, dry, and you pull it, it's going to break. So it's very important for the hair to be moisturized at all time, even when it's dry. That's why you have leave-in conditioner, setting lotion, serum, and spray. So keep your hair moist, especially African American, because the hair is very brittle and fine. So the other thing is thermal, heat from the fly iron. Now especially the young ladies, they want to go to school, they want to fly iron by themselves, and they don't put any spray or anything else. They can cause a lot of damage to the hair. So you need to protect the hair as well. Environmental, we live in the northeast. We get the sun, humid, the snow. A lot of times we have to wear hats. The hair is not exposed to hair. A lot of times we have weed on it. The hair is being under a lot of stress. Environmental. DNA, unfortunately, I have 2 of my brothers are bald. I always tell them, you're gonna use the product on time. Sometimes, it happens, So this is another thing. So that's why we tell people, our product will retard the process of hair falling. Eventually, everybody's gonna get bald. Some people are 20, a 40